The 10 Commandments.
After the children of Israel escaped from Egypt, they made their way for weeks across the desert, a long way from the promised land. Then, in the 3rd month of their journey, they came to the wilderness of Sinai. And God said to Moses on the mountain,
"Tell this to the sons of Israel. You have seen with your own eyes what I did to Egypt and how I brought you here. Now, if you will obey me, I will make you my own among all peoples. You shall be a holy nation."
And Moses called together the elders of the people and told them what God had said. And they answered,
"Whatever the Lord says, we will do it."
Then Moses told the people to wash themselves and put on fresh clothes and prepare themselves to receive a great gift from God. Soon after, there were thunder and lightning, and a cloud came down upon Mount Sinai, and the earth trembled. Then, as God commanded, Moses went up the mountain and disappeared from sight. And God spoke to him and told him the laws the people should follow. 10 laws, 10 commandments. They were to worship one God only. They were not to make any statues and say, "This is God," and bow down to it. They were not to say God's name except in reverence. And they were to keep one day of the week, the Sabbath, as a day of rest and prayer. They were not to steal or commit murder or tell lies about one another. They were to respect their fathers and mothers and be faithful to their wives or husbands. And they were not to envy the next person if he had more land or goods or money. It took many days for Moses to understand these laws, and down at the foot of the mountain, the people grew restless. And they went to his brother Aaron, saying,
"We want gods to go before us and show us the way."
"Make us a god and let us be gone from this place."
No, we must wait for Moses.
For how long? We don't know what's become of him. Make us a god.
And Aaron, fearing they would turn away from him also, did as they asked. He had everyone bring him their gold, and he melted it down and cast it in the form of a golden calf. And the people danced around it, rejoicing. The Lord saw what the people were doing, and he said to Moses,
"The people you have brought up from Egypt have done a terrible thing. I will destroy them. But from you a great nation shall spring."
But Moses begged God to spare the people, and God stayed his hand. Instead, he gave Moses 2 tablets of stone, on which his finger had written the 10 commandments. And Moses went down the mountain with the tablets. But when he saw the people dancing around the calf, he grew so angry he smashed the tablets upon the ground. And then he struck down the golden calf and ground it to bits. Then he turned to Aaron, saying,
"What did these people do to you that you brought down such guilt upon them?"
Well, they were troubled. They wanted gods.
Gods? There is only one God. Listen, everyone. Listen. You have done wrong before God, but I will go up to him again and beg his forgiveness for you.
So Moses climbed the mountain, and he said,
"Hear me, O Lord. If you will forgive these people, forgive. If you will not, blot out my name from the book of life."
No! Those who have wronged me, them I will blot out. Go now and lead the people to the land of Canaan.
And God gave Moses new tablets with the 10 Commandments, and he brought them down to the people. This time they waited for him and gave thanks to the Lord for his laws.
The Battle of Jericho.
Strength and wisdom to lead his people for 40 years, and to the river Jordan beside the promised land. Moses now was an old man, and God said to him,
This is the land which I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and promised to their descendants. I have let you look upon it, but you shall not go in.
So Moses died, and Joshua and all the people wept for many days. Joshua had been like a son to Moses, and now he was the leader. And God said,
Now it is for you to cross the Jordan, people, into the land I am giving you. As I was with Moses, so will I be with you. Forsake me. Be strong and be brave, and no man will be able to stand before you. Lead my people in.
And Joshua led the people of Israel across the river Jordan, and they marched to where they stopped. For Jericho was a city like a fort, with a strong wall around it, and many soldiers inside. Joshua and his people could go no further until the city was captured. But there seemed no way to do it. Jericho was too strong. Its gates were barred. No one went out, no one came in. But God said to Joshua,
You shall take Jericho. A fighting man shall fall into your hands.
And God told Joshua what to do so Jericho would fall. Now the tablets of the law which God gave Moses on Mount Sinai were kept in an ark of wood. And Joshua ordered the priests of the people to lift up the ark and carry it with 7 priests marching before it with trumpets of ram's horns. And he ordered his army to march around the city with the priests and the ark behind them. This they did. The sound shook under their feet as they marched, trumpets. And this way they marched once all around Jericho. And then they went back to their camp. And inside Jericho, the people wondered,
Why did they do such a thing?
Why didn't they try to break down the walls? Because they know they can't. They were just trying to frighten us into giving up.
Never. They'll give up first.
True.
We'll give up.
We won't surrender at all. But Joshua did not give up, for the Lord had told him what to do. Every day for 5 more days, the army and the priests marched once around the walls of Jericho, and the trumpet sounded, and the earth trembled under their feet. But that was all. Jericho stood firm. But on the 7th day, as God had commanded Joshua, the army and the priests marched around the city not just 1 time, but 7 times. And then Joshua passed the word to his captains, and the captains passed it to their men, so they were ready. And Joshua cried out,
Shout! Shout to the Lord! For God and Israel! For God and Israel! For God and Israel! For God and Israel!
and the walls came tumbling down, and Jericho was taken. And the way into the promised land was open now for the people.